Howdy, folks. Hope you're doing well. Things are going well in your neck of the woods. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country, and I've got a gift request from John O'Dowd, who's up here in New Jersey, and I love that. And comes as a surprise for people, some folks anyway, to find out that Jersey folks are country music fans. So John is certainly one of them, and I'm another one of them. And there are a few others in Jersey, too. All right, so I've got a gift request for Terri Gibbs, Anybody's Heart But Mine. I don't know the song, and I haven't reacted to anything by Terri. Now, when I saw Terri Gibbs, I'm like, oh my God, is this one of the Bee Gees? And I looked it up, and I found out that she was not part of the Bee Gees, and that she was born blind and became a musician. And this is what John said. John, thank you for the gift, my friend, and this request. I'm really curious to see what Terri does with this song. But you said, hi, Don. I hope you'll play and will comment on this great country song by Terri Gibbs titled Anybody's Heart But Mine. Legendary producer Rick Hall recorded Terri in Muscle Shoals, Alabama in 1983, and in my opinion, he gave this song a dynamite arrangement. I know you always take great notice of what goes on behind an artist's vocals, and I hope you will be as impressed with Rick Hall's production on this record as I am. I tend to like how country songs were structured in the mid-'80s through the '90s best, as the musicians seemed very creative with their fills, and many of the song arrangements really showed that. I also like how Terri Gibbs bends certain notes when she sings. That practice can convey so much in a song, and I think she does it really well here. I hope you and your listeners will enjoy this record. Thank you, Don. John from Pine Brook, New Jersey. All right, so let's get into this. Thank you for that, John. Generally speaking, I like to know as little as possible about a song and even sometimes an artist, but what you just revealed to me doesn't not sway me, but won't impact how I hear the song. Because sometimes people be like, you've got to listen to this part of the song, you got to listen to that, and I'm like, oh gosh, there goes like the virginal reaction theme. But you're all good here, so here we go. Nice.
If it was any other night, you wouldn't tempt me. If it was any other time, I'd turn you down.
Oh.
But tonight, I've been feeling kinda empty, and it wouldn't be so cold with you around. If you were any other man, I wouldn't worry. If I was anybody else, I'd buy your lines. I could overlook the way that you hurt me. If it were anybody else's heart but mine.
Nice.
One night with you for 100 more alone, waiting like a fool, hoping you might phone. I just might lay it on the line. If were anybody else's heart but mine.
There's a lot in this song already. Just the context. When she sang, I would trade one night with you for 100 nights alone. And I'm thinking, well, based on what you've already said in the song, you might need 100 nights alone to recover. I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally or mentally or something, to reprocess what it is you were just given into. But, you know, the idea of being with somebody, when you'd been with somebody for so long, I don't know how long, we're a minute into the song, but when you've been with somebody for so long and you're sleeping alone night after night, week after week, month after month, you do start to wonder, God, it would be nice to have another body next to mine. And sometimes you think about the other person. It takes a while to forget about the other person completely in this regard. Usually it's within the context of another relationship. Man, there's a lot moving along in this song.
Well, I told you once before I didn't need you. You'd think it was a lesson I could learn, but you draw me like a moth to a candle, with no idea how bad it's gonna burn. Now there's always that chance you're on the level, and you've had a change of heart and change of mind. I might gamble with the silver-tongued devil. If it were anybody else's heart but mine.
He's not gonna do it.
One night with you for 100 more long, waiting like a fool, hoping you might fall. I might just lay it on the line. If it were anybody else's heart but mine.
I love the harmonica.
If it were anybody else's heart but mine.
The song moves along nicely. I love that. That, you know, as for the songwriter, I wonder what came first. I'm thinking if it were anybody else's heart but mine, is the lyric, the line that came first, out of which the rest of the song was fleshed. Because you could, once you have this, like the title, Anybody Else's Heart But Mine, once you have that line, which wasn't necessarily the title to start with, you come up with the title later generally. The other details, what am I going to surround this theme with? Anybody else's heart but mine. And then you can fill in the other details. And it takes time. It's not the type of song lyrically that you write overnight or in one sitting. I don't think. If the songwriter sees it, of course, you could comment. But I think this is one that you look for details that satisfy the depth of that line if it was anybody else's heart but mine. Well, what would happen if it was anybody else's heart but mine? Well, I would do these things. I'd love to be with you. I'd love to spend another night with you, but it would cost me 100 lonely nights. Not because I would miss you, but probably because I would question myself for having done it. But this is like a really brilliant way of saying she doesn't trust him, she doesn't love him, well, she might love him, but she doesn't like him. If you don't have trust, it's hard to like a person. Love is a different animal. There are certain feelings that sort of emanate from somewhere else within, it seems, a depth of sentiment that stays there. But it doesn't mean you're going to be with the person. It doesn't mean you even want to. There's a certain shared humanity that we have. And I mean, you can love another person and hope for good things for that person and not want to spend a minute with that person. But in this one, I really liked her voice. And I mean, you're right on the production. I mean, there were things going on in this song where there was no conflict instrumentally, and it didn't conflict with her voice. It didn't conflict with the way she sang it. She stayed in the pocket, and tonally, her voice matched the instrumentation. I should say vice versa. The instrumentation's tonality, if that's even the word that they use in music, fit very well with the glide of her voice, the smoothness of her voice. So, John, good, fine. This is the first time. Wait a minute. Let me make sure. I know I've done Terri Clark, and it was spelled the same way, Terri. I guess that's mostly the female way of spelling it. Nope, that's the first time I've done Terri Gibbs on the channel, and what a talent. And I know you're attributing this to the producer, and the producer did do a very nice job on this, because when there's no conflict, you don't feel or sense, hear, consciously or subconsciously, a conflict in a song. That's a complete tribute to the producer who made it that way, because the producer is the one who puts the voice with the instrumentation, with the tempo, the mixer does the volume and stuff, but I think the producer is probably involved on the mixing end of it too. Volume levels of different things. You can have things sped up, pitched up, pitched down, just individual tracks. You can do different things with it, and that's where I think it gets very detailed at that point. I don't know. I'd love to sit in on a mixing session and just see how that's done. But I'm going to rate this one. This is really a brilliant way of saying, I don't trust you. If it was anybody else's heart but mine, yeah, I might say, go for it, people. But it's my heart, and I'm not going there. So I'm going to rate this. And the number that popped into my head was a 9.2. That was really good. Now I'm really curious about her. Especially, the part about being born blind. I mean, the auditory capacity generally increases and you process things differently. So, of course, the comparisons to Ray Charles, Ronnie Milsap, Stevie Wonder, and such, blind musicians. But I don't know if they pick up on their craft faster, more acutely. That part I don't know. I'm not sure how you'd measure it, but in any case, I'm very curious because she has a silky smooth voice. Silky smooth. So, John, thank you again, my friend. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.